All right, everybody, thank you for joining us. It is the Habibi Show. I am Hector Garcia, and this is
Samer Nassar.
And this is episode numero ocho.
Ocho, which is 8 in French.
8. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're still getting messages, and people are viewing us on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts too as well. So really appreciate you guys making the time to listen to us, whether you're working out, having sex.
Well, having sex, it has to be like customized.
Right, but
we have to do one specifically.
Listening just for that, yeah. But whatever you're doing while you're listening to the Habibi Show, thank you for tuning in. And I hope you guys are having a great week since last time we tuned in. But Samer, you said that you were having a bit of a challenging day. No. Usually it's me needing the therapy.
Not challenging day.
Oh,
challenging life. I just remember it today. Something happened triggered that feeling
PTSD.
Of,
You had a PTSD moment today. So what? That's if you mind sharing, what happened? It's usually me getting the therapy. Today, it's,
what happened? What happened?
Yeah, what happened today?
Well, do you know a guy named James from Cozumel? Have you met him? Mm-hmm. You know James?
Yeah,
that's right. Now I remember. You know
I know
James.
who James is.
I don't know if I should mention how you know James.
Can I say it?
It's up to you. I didn't do it.
Well, it wasn't me. I mean, I just know for somebody else.
Yeah, it wasn't us. That's right.
James is the weed dealer there.
Okay. Now, James is not the weed. No, he's not.
He's not?
No, he does it just for friends because he knew you guys are my friend.
Okay.
So he provided because he takes it for medicinal purpose. Actually, his mom too.
And it wasn't for me though. Let's just disclaimer that wasn't for me.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It was from a good
He told
friend.
me a guy named Hector, bald-headed guy named Hector came and threatened me.
Right. I remember also one time he was selling, I think, a bong because somebody needed something to smoke from whatever. And
that's right. Yeah. But no, that was not his job actually. James, really nice person, and unfortunately he passed away.
No way.
3 days ago. I was really, really sad.
Wow.
Because
I still have him on my WhatsApp. He would randomly.
You don't have him anymore. But, I mean, so if you have somebody in WhatsApp, they cannot die. Well, is that how it works?
No, I mean, like he would sometimes randomly just message me.
Yeah, he's a very, very nice man.
Wow.
I mean, I love that guy. His family, his mom, his dad, his other brothers, also his wife.
Did he die there in Cozumel?
In Cozumel, yeah.
How did he die?
He had a stroke.
Wow.
And it was quick.
He was young.
Yes, he was like maybe 40, 41, something like that. And but what I remember about this guy, I remember a lot of stuff, but what sticks to my mind is that he was always happy. He was always smiling.
Yeah.
No matter what's going on, smiling. And he had maybe tough challenge with relationship or marriage, but his last wife, I think it was his second or third wife, she was amazing. I loved her. Her name is Monica. I really loved her. She's so sweet. He was the happiest that I've ever seen him. And I've known him since 2006. And that was the first time when I went to Cozumel. He's the one that met me and Anise as a real estate agent for Remax.
Right.
And he showed us around. And since then, we became friends.
Wow.
That guy is amazing.
And he just said it just happened so fast.
Yeah, like he wasn't feeling well. He was feeling lightheaded. His wife reacted quickly and took him to the hospital, and within 2-3 days he was gone. But I mean, James. So James was but he was crazy.
Yeah.
Like I realized I should not plan anything with James because he is crazy.
Right.
But crazy cool.
Sure.
Like one time we were snorkeling in Cozumel right off the beach. It was maybe like 10, 15 meter deep, you know, like maybe 30 feet or something like that. And I see a huge cloud of fish, a school of fish below me because I'm on the top.
Right.
And I see, you know, like when you see on
National
Discovery,
Geographic,
and you see like when something gets in between, they open
split,
like a mushroom and then they close again. That's why we were watching that. I was right on top of it.
Right.
I couldn't see the end of it. So first I thought it was just reflection of the cloud. That's how big it was. But then it was not. And then all of a sudden you see barracudas coming to feed.
On the fish.
Yeah, because I guess they see, I mean, they're small
Right.
size fish,
Yeah.
but they're like thousands. and you can see the barracuda going in the middle of it, and it opens up. I wish I had a camera. But one of those times that is going down, I see James diving with the barracuda. Like there was like 4 or 5 barracudas he was in the middle of it, diving, and that's very dangerous.
Yeah,
because you could be mistaken of a predator or for food. I don't know. So I was like, man, I kept waving to him. Come on, he had fun. He was an amazing guy. Really.
Wow.
And that's why maybe it brought up some feelings about, wow, I was with him just a week ago.
Right.
I saw him a week ago, and he was walking his dog with his wife, and then he's gone. I was like, my God, this is really crazy. But every time I see something like that, it reminds me how important to just enjoy life.
Yeah.
You might not have fun every second,
yeah,
but just live it the way you want to.
Right. I mean, it's just, one day he was,
one week he's there. And then I talked to his wife last night, actually, on the phone. She was devastated. She would laugh because he was funny and happy, but then she would cry. Like, really, my heart was hurting listening to this story. But again, I will always remember James, and I'm glad that you had the chance to meet him.
Yeah.
He was always smiling, but it's just it kind of makes you see your whole life all over again, and I don't know why I remembered my first love.
No, it's and also you just don't know when it's your time.
Yes.
You don't know, like he was young, like you said, 40, 41, young.
He kind of looked like Jack a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
But Jack's, yeah.
Jack is more handsome, definitely.
By the way, props to our main producer here at Brand Nation, is Jack. Jack is stepping in for Hanson. Hanson's already given up and quit.
Yeah, Hanson quit. He didn't like what we said.
He's done with it. He said, "I can't deal with Hector's therapy."
So no, but thank you, Jack. I heard that you are really the best one.
That's true.
It is true. It's not a rumor.
No,
Okay.
No rumors.
I like how humble he is.
Yeah.
He's very humble. It did not. I didn't even finish.
That's what you call confidence.
Like, yep, that's true.
But that's what you call confidence.
Oh my God, I'm very intimidated right now.
Well,
I want to behave now.
Well, Habibi, I am sorry to hear about the loss, brother. Now I understand why it was that kind of day. And this is to James. In Cozumel. May he rest in peace.
Yes, and his family.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I didn't know that. That was so
but
sad.
I forgot that you knew him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it made me think about, things that, I don't know, like I really remembered my first love.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember your first love?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm married to her.
Wow.
I literally have her on my shirt.
No, I didn't say the last love.
Well, she is the first and last.
For real? Yes. You've never loved anybody before Eve?
No.
You've never even thought you were in love?
No.
You were a virgin?
Well, that's different. That is completely different. That is different.
Do you want to tell me you have sex with girls?
Why? The subject is about you. We're talking about you, Samra, and your rough day.
You
May James rest in peace.
And you were not, and you did not love him? That's not nice. That's not nice. I'm sorry, but it's not nice.
Well, you could love peanut butter jelly sandwiches and don't mean that you're in love with peanut butter.
Yeah, but I never kissed a peanut butter peanut sandwich. I never did that.
You mean you didn't try that when you were 14?
Peanut butter? No. My dog loved it. but really, like, Eva was the first woman you fell in love with.
Yes. Number one, right here. It literally says on the shirt. What does it say?
I mean, I tell you what, knowing Eva,
yes,
I can see why she will cancel anybody you met before from your memory and your heart.
It's like she did the Men in Black.
Yeah,
thing.
Just looking that light.
That's exactly what she did. She's some black magic on me.
That's right.
She is. She's like my voodoo.
Yes. She's
incredible.
But we all love Eva, the queen.
No, Eva is my first love.
That is very nice.
Isn't that credible?
So she was your high school sweetheart?
I wasn't in high school. I was in college.
High school?
I was just about done with college.
Oh, so until college you've never kissed a girl? That's very nice.
Okay, Samar, I think there's a cultural. In Egypt, they might call kissing a girl being in love.
Of course.
Yeah.
How can you can you?
But
Okay,
if
this
you
is
kiss
the
a girl, you doesn't mean you love the girl.
Can you kiss a girl and you have no feelings toward her? I think kissing is very.
No, I think it's
intimate.
no. That's a great topic because
Can
I
you
think
hold the girl's hands that you have no feelings toward? I don't know.
Absolutely.
I can't.
you have feelings because you
I
want
mean,
feelings.
you can hold the
because it
little
depends on what
girl's hand
feelings you're
to
wanting.
cross the
I mean, it's
street.
because I think there's a feeling of because you. I mean, for a male, it's because there is a physical touch there, right? So you want the male is thinking with something else, especially at 16, 17, 18, right?
Well,
So, I mean, I think just because you kiss a girl does not mean you love the girl.
no, I didn't say love.
Well, that's what you're
Have
asking.
Have feelings.
Feelings. Well, I could have feelings because she's a friend, and
No,
but like
you don't kiss your
But
friends.
there's a feelings that there's another.
Do you
there's
kiss
another,
your friends on
no.
the lips? You don't do that. You never
It's
kiss
like
me on the lips.
it's we're mobsters. We kiss each other on the cheeks.
No, that's like right before they kill you. Yeah, hey, give me a kiss.
Then you
When
find them.
told
Then you find them dead
when
in the
he
back
told
seat
his
in the trunk of the car.
Fredo, you're killing me, Fredo. Yeah, you
broke
broke
my
my
heart.
heart, Fredo. Yeah.
By the way, I need to tell you before we continue this conversation, I have hired a campaign manager. I am running for city council for Houston.
No way.
Yes. In
You know
2027.
what? You
yes.
got my vote.
Yeah, thank you. I got one.
I agree.
One down.
I agree.
Hopefully, I don't lose that one.
But remember when you win.
So
huh?
just make
Remember
sure
when you win.
These questions going forward will be thrown back at me.
The question.
The Houston Chronicle is
As a matter
listening.
of fact,
Yeah.
you answered very politically correct. When you said she was the first, I mean, there's not. No, but my question to people.
Okay,
not you,
so now
that being said,
when I was 13,
now you remember.
no, when I was 13,
Maybe you need another drink. Because
I
a
had
minute
my-
ago he said, no
at
way.
13,
Now it's like when I was 13.
I had 13, I had my first sexual experience.
Huh?
But I didn't love the girl.
Oh, it was with a girl?
Well, I hope it was.
It wasn't by yourself.
Well, that's a little bit earlier.
That was
Why am I the only one that gives out all this information? What about you?
I'm asking.
What about you? You know, I've been watching these podcasts, Jack, and I'm like, why am I the only one that gives out these details, like specifics? He gets it out of me.
No, the
And I'm like,
thing-
there's no details of Sammer that's coming out.
No, the question I'm asking, not you.
Yeah.
And not Jack and not me, in general. Can you, like, for example, many of us, many men, many women, many boys, many girls, they go out with someone and they could make out and stuff. But could you really hold somebody's hands that you don't have strong feelings toward?
Strong?
Yeah. Like, really, somebody you think it's very possible to fall in love with that person?
Is it possible to fall in love with that person?
No, could you hold somebody's hands that you don't have that feeling that you could actually love that person?
I think it goes with intent. What's the intent of that person?
I don't. I can't. I can't hold somebody's hands.
Okay.
That I don't have like strong feelings toward. I really can't. Seriously.
Okay. Well, but obviously,
Why are
in
you
my
upset?
experience, no,
I held your hands before because I really have strong
Yes, but
feelings toward you. Why are you getting pissed off? This is nothing personal.
because I don't think you were trying to get in my pants.
I love you like a brother.
Right.
Like a brother,
But
yeah.
what I'm saying is that, I've held girls' hands, and with my intent was something else with them. It was not anything, had nothing to do, far from anything from doing
You
with
know
love.
what? I've never done that.
Yeah.
I've never held a girl hands that I had no feelings, like that I'm attracted, not just physically, but emotionally
Right.
to that girl. I couldn't. I mean, you can do other things, but to hold hands or kiss,
Yeah. I was
to me, that's very, you know what I mean? That's very special.
I was 18. I worked in a radio station here in Houston, and the receptionist, she was 25. I thought she was great looking, and like she did some things to me, but I didn't fall in love with
At
her,
work?
and I had no emotion to her.
At work?
It was
At the
after
Oval
work.
Office?
It was at a work function, but
you get fired for that.
well, that was in the late '90s when that was okay
It was
to
okay,
happen.
yeah, okay, great.
But-
great. Eva's gonna ask you when was that?
yeah. See, now I'm gonna get in trouble.
No, but I tell you what. I remember, and maybe look, we all have our own experiences
Yeah.
that shapes up our.
But let me ask you.
behavior.
Okay, let me ask you.
I'm gonna
No,
tell
no,
you
no,
about my first kiss.
No. Okay, but you never. Okay, has a woman ever came onto you like that Because I'll tell you that incident that I had when I was 18.
Uh-huh.
It was an older woman, like I said, she's 25, and it was a work function after work, and she pulled me out into the parking lot, and she was doing all kinds of things with me.
Molested you.
Yeah, but
did you know what she was doing? Well, how old were you? Like 10?
I was 18.
18?
Yeah, I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah, but my point of saying all that is that have you ever had a woman do that to you?
Do what?
What that girl did to me?
I don't know
That
what
woman.
she did to you.
Well, she was okay. I want to say
Like, tell me details.
she was
like,
very.
Did you say hello?
She attacked me. Well, attack. This is such a strong word.
Like,
okay,
like what? She hugged you.
She pulled me into the car.
Her car.
Her car.
And
yes.
it's somebody you know.
Yes, my
Like you knew
coworker.
her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then made out with me. That's actually
But wait,
that's happened to me twice.
You
Unfortunately, at work.
You skipped a very important part.
But I'm saying.
So were you standing on your own 2 feet? And she pulled you in the car. You flew in the car.
No, I mean,
and she made out with you, and you didn't know what you're doing.
She's in the front seat of the passenger side, door open. She pulls me in, like she grabs me from the shirt.
Did you resist?
I'm 18. Why would I resist?
18. You're not like.
No, I didn't resist.
You had muscles.
No, but you
had bones. You could have.
No,
said no.
I didn't resist. No,
Okay,
I didn't.
so
My point is,
right.
like saying, but she was aggressive. How about that? She was aggressive.
Were you intimidated by her that you couldn't say no?
No, I think that no.
Because that could happen sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, looking back, I
You didn't. You were caught by surprise, but you didn't stop it either.
No, because of course I wanted it.
Yeah.
But in terms of has a woman ever done that to you?
Like somebody came
Very
on to
aggressively
me that I really didn't want to.
No, I wanted it. But I'm saying, like, what happens if somebody pulls you in? Have you ever had a girl?
If I like the girl and I'm attracted to her.
No, but have you had a woman?
Aggressive. That's love.
I know it's usually you being aggressive with the girls.
No, never. Actually,
but
never.
my point is saying the other way around.
Yeah.
Is it been the woman being aggressive with you and
like somebody like my boss at work? No.
Any woman. No woman has ever been aggressive with you and pulling you in.
Yes.
Okay.
But aggressive is
okay.
It's a very difficult word to explain. Aggressive, like, was she aggressive that showed me that she really likes me?
Okay.
That's not aggressive. That's a compliment.
Prime example. Let's say we're at a restaurant and you start talking to some girls, right?
And
you start talking to them, and then she pulls you in, and then she starts kissing you, grabbing and whatever, and all that stuff. Have you ever had that happen?
Like
to you?
totally unexpected.
Yes.
Okay. Totally unexpected. Yes.
In that moment, then, did you have feelings for her?
Do you want to know? The truth is, at that moment, and it didn't happen much, maybe once or maybe twice, I don't know. At that moment, my ego was very satisfied. Do you know what I mean? Because I felt like, wow, I must be really good.
Yeah.
Which is not true. But I'm saying at that moment, that's how it feels.
Okay.
That somebody want me that much, and I didn't even know it.
But you didn't fall in love with her. You weren't having feelings for her.
But
that's my point.
It didn't happen again.
That's my point. I didn't. So in those moments, I didn't have feelings for that girl.
So you told that whole story,
but
just to explain that. Well, that was not my question.
No, because you were saying what
like sometimes we ask people touch your ear, and they go like this. You know what I mean? That's what he did. Instead of going to the close one, he went out. No, the point is, the point is what I'm saying under normal circumstances, not in the parking lot. Okay. Not from a coworker.
Right.
Normal. Somebody you met and you went ahead to dinner. You had dinner or well, breakfast is very tough for you to invite anybody. But you had dinner and stuff, and you felt like she's coming on to you or something. Me personally, if I don't have feelings, I would not do it.
My moments before Eva were mostly just one night. Physical stuff. Yeah.
But you're attracted at least.
But yes, that's different.
No, well, many people do stuff like that. They're not even attracted. Yes.
Yeah.
Many people will go sleep with a man or sleep with a girl, and there is no attraction. It's just more of an animal instinct.
Sure.
Or drunk or high or something.
So you're back to your first question. That. Your first love.
Oh,
Eva is my first love. So number one, Chiquita.
I will have it.
Number one, Chiquita to Eva. Eva, yes.
Well, I can see why. Really, she's an amazing.
She is.
She's an amazing.
She's my
person.
queen, and my king.
In business, it's a team effort. He can't do it But you cannot do everything on your own. You always need the team that can support you and take care of the things that maybe you don't know and you don't have time to do it, so you can focus on your own business. And honestly, Brand Nation, they do that for you. They put you on the map, on the internet, on Google, on SEO, which are all very, very important things. And by the way, also, like I know one of the customer service tools they use, they will listen to the calls, and I receive calls from Brand Nation, different people saying, by the way, that client was not handled properly, or that client said somebody to call him back and nobody called him back. You have no idea, or I'm sure you know, how crucial that is for our business, to have that kind of support, to be watching over your back. So Brand Nation definitely does that.
So whether you need a podcast, a website, or looking for your first love, gobrandnation.com will look for you. Will help you find that first love. 713-999-4661. Sammer is one of our trusted clients. He found plenty of love, lots of love through Brand Nation. So again, if you're looking for all that love and more, 713-999-4661, gobrandnation.com.
My first love. I mean, she has a really very...
How old were you?
I was 16, she was 13.
Okay.
And until now,
right,
she has a very, very special place in my heart. Until now.
So now.
And that was like long time ago.
Yeah.
And I have nothing but amazing memories about her.
Right.
She was a wonderful person. And I remember that first kiss, because I kissed girls before. I was just like little.
Yeah,
I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
But with her, I remember I was sitting at a...
Wait. Did you just say, wait?
He just contradicted his...
Yeah.
He just said
Yes,
that
because I was young. I didn't know.
You just contradicted. You just proved my point.
Well,
you said that every girl you kissed and held hands with, you loved.
No, I didn't say I loved. I said I have feelings.
Okay.
No, have feelings is different.
Okay.
Have feelings... have feelings, I mean, it's somebody, there is attraction and there is feelings.
I mean, there's a physical feeling.
And attraction and as feelings, like somebody who's very kind, somebody who's very sweet, and you just try things to see where's it going to go, and then it doesn't go
So you had
anywhere.
intent to fall in love?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I saw...
Because your heart was set already.
I saw the signs that I could.
Every girl that you met before or slept with, had sex with, or whatever you did, you had intent to fall in love with that girl.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Really. I've never been with someone that I felt
just
like, oh my God.
Just for sex.
No. No.
You never met any girl that you said, I'm just here for sex.
No.
Really?
Promise you. But also
he's
that doesn't
just
say...
for the lady friends. Those ladies that are listening, this is just a show.
But that also, but I want to also add something to that I have a very big heart. No, but let me tell you something. I want to tell you about,
right.
I'll tell you.
You hear that?
I'll tell you about that first kiss.
He has a really big heart.
I learned a lot from that first kiss. Because that first kiss, I remember it was in the summer.
You're such a Casanova.
You know what? Her family had a...
You know what? If I was a woman, I would fall in love with you.
Okay, I've never been with a woman or a girl that I didn't think I could fall in love with that person.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I did. But at least it wasn't like totally cold or fake. No,
Sure.
I can't. But that first kiss, I was sitting... Her family had a beach house in Alexandria, and we were sitting at her patio, and there was a swing, like 3 people swing, and we're sitting there, and she was probably the only girl that whenever I was with her, I was shy, and I've never felt this way before.
But she was 13.
Well, she almost 14.
Oh.
No, but she looked 16. Okay. So anyway, I was sitting there, and it was something that was totally unplanned.
Yeah.
Because we're there, and her family is there inside the house, so I wasn't gonna act this way. And we kissed, and I remember being so dizzy really. And I didn't even know where it was for a few seconds. That's how much I can tell you that girl meant to me at that moment. Really.
Okay.
And until today, she's a wonderful person. She's happily married, amazing husband.
Do you send her to this podcast? You gotta send her this podcast.
You know, this is very confidential. but really,
Yeah.
And also that kind of shaped up my idea of who I'm attracted to.
Okay.
Like until now,
Right.
if I'm attracted to somebody, there's a big
Age
possibility that there's a big possibility. Well, that would bring me another question. But there's a big possibility that is reminding me of her.
Right.
But
Okay.
talking about age, I wanted to, do you know in America is the only place, do you know in America is the only place that people put too much emphasis on age?
Okay.
Like, for example, somebody my age, if I tell you, hey man, I met this girl,
Okay.
the first thing you're going to tell me is what? How old is she? Right?
Yeah.
In other countries, they don't act this way.
Right.
They really don't.
Sure.
Okay, now when a girl tell another girl, hey, I met this guy, what they say? What does he do? They don't ask what he looks
Okay.
like. But guys, the first thing to be, what does she look like? How old is she?
Yeah.
And I really think, okay, my brother, without mentioning names, he's 74.
Right.
His wife just had a baby 2 years ago.
Wow.
She's 38
So Robert
now.
De Niro.
She's actually he actually used that example.
Robert De Niro,
He
80
said,
years
well,
old.
Robert De Niro and Al Pacino and,
Yeah.
and Picasso and Charlie Chaplin, all these people had
Right.
babies at a later age, but those people never even saw their baby.
Wow.
They have a staff.
Right.
My brother works and go take care of the baby.
Yeah.
But him and his wife, they are so happy. And they look really good together. And you cannot imagine how many people.
Well, I mean, you don't
they
look
were
a day
very ugly to it.
You don't look a day over 50. So I mean, like I'm saying, like I mean,
But if you want to lie big.
no, you
say
don't.
40.
No, okay. Well, I'm saying 50. I'm trying to be fair. You don't. You look about 50 years
I
old.
don't want fair.
Okay,
I want good.
Okay, you don't look a day over 25.
That's
There
fair.
you go. There you go. But I mean,
Thank
like, okay, I mean, I know 60-year-olds who look, like they're 70. Life, or they play the part. You're a very youthful, young-hearted man. So I mean,
Look,
I can see why younger women are. I mean, like they're attracted to
But
that.
it's not
that
about age.
You're a 60-year-old man. That 60.
no, 53.
53. You hear that, ladies? He has a big heart, and he's 53.
Dog years. But but I want to tell you something. To me, it's really not an age. Like you don't like somebody say, "Well, how old are you?" That's
Sure.
rude.
Right. Like me, I just asked you, how old are you?
No, like you don't want to
like a stranger.
sleep with me.
Right.
I'm talking about like
Right.
other people. It's a personality. It's what you've been through in life. There's old personalities and there's young personalities. There's old attitude and young attitude. I will probably not probably, for sure, I will get along more with somebody with a young heart, with a young
Right.
spirit.
Who's not with the AARP?
Or not just that, there's
Right.
some girls who are in their 30s and you sit with them and like, oh my
Samuel,
God,
I
life
can't
is
keep
horrible.
up with you. I'm younger than you, and I can't I can see you partying all night long, and it's hard. Like, I wish I had your energy.
Look, thank you. But I really think, and this is not a sad thing or anything, but I think when my son passed away many, many years ago, it really made me look at life differently.
Right.
And it's not in a bad way. You don't have to look that serious. It's okay. But it's not in a bad way. I really think when he came and left, he kind of freed me to feel that life is about moments that we're going to remember. I remember my first love.
Yeah.
I mean, first love is something that shapes up. Like, okay, we dated for like 4 years. And then I came here when I was 21, 22. I promise you, for the next 2 years I was here, I will go with friends, we'll go to a nightclub or something, or discos at the time, there were
Right.
disco. And anytime somebody looks like her, I will go talk to them. And I had a hard time talking to anybody that didn't look like her. Really, that's how much it was very
How much
strong.
and how much you're still
Well,
moved
no,
by
it takes
her.
different it takes a different approach now.
Right.
I mean, now I'm very happy that she is where she's at, and but the memories and the things I learned with her.
Oh, how long were you with her?
We were like probably 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and
that's a long
especially
time.
4 or 5 years at that age.
Yeah.
It's very, very memorable.
Yes, you grow up
Because you learn a lot. This is the years
going
where you
through puberty.
learn. No, puberty. I was 12, man.
Oh, I thought you said you were 16.
What?
Is this
When I met her.
Well, you met her when you were 12.
No, when I was 16. But I didn't go through puberty at 16.
When does puberty start? It starts at like
12,
12.
13.
But you
Yeah.
still go through it till you're like 18, 20.
Maybe you. I don't know. I was done by 13.
Maybe the Egyptians.
But I remember.
Yeah.
I remember the first.
I mean, you're going through adolescence. You're going through you're still.
Dude, all of that, 13, 14, 16, you're not adolescent anymore.
No, I think.
You're a teenager.
No, I know you're a teenager, but you're still got the hormones going and you're still going all that. So
Dude,
it's
the
a very,
hormones still going till now. What-
I know that. We can see that.
No, maybe in Egypt people grow up faster. I don't know. But no, but I mean, I just want to say that anybody that has the experience of a first love, even if it doesn't work, which most of the time the percentage is very high
Right.
for that first love not to continue because there's so many changes in life, and but just cherish it because that's the type of love. Obviously, it's called first.
Sure.
So first, there is no another first.
Right.
So
and there's
cherish
people
it.
who get together and they don't love each other. Like they think they love each other.
I mean, love takes. I mean, what are you loving?
Right.
That's like somebody. Like for example, if somebody loves you because you can afford a very nice lifestyle, I'm not saying that's wrong. People call it gold diggers. Well, I mean, gold diggers. When you're married, anywhere you go, you spend money on your wife.
Right.
Right?
Just a little bit.
What do you mean? Like for example, okay, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
When you go out with your wife now, but she's working, but let's say she's not working.
Sure.
Like many cases, aren't you the one that pay for dinner?
Yes.
Aren't you the one that buy the groceries and buy
Yes.
the clothes and?
Yes.
I mean, which I think that's the right way to do it.
Right.
Especially when it's just one income.
Right.
Is that gold digger?
No.
Right?
No.
So how come
But
when
they're-
somebody else does it because there is a difference in age, you say, oh, she's a gold digger? At least the gold digger will know not to mess with you because the gold will stop. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think in your case. I don't think in your case, your situation.
No, in my case, a lot of people assume if
that
I'm
that's
out with someone
yes.
because there is an age difference of
Right.
maybe 2 years. You know? Maybe she's 51. They assume, oh, you're spending. Well, you're spending money. Everybody spends money on their date. I mean,
I think the right thing is for. That's a good question. Like, should it? And there's a big debate that's happening. I've seen on TikTok that a woman should be able to pay for dates too as well. They want, but I just was raised maybe old school where the man should pay for a majority of the time.
But younger people think about it differently.
Yeah.
Like people 20 something and
Jack?
below.
What are your thoughts?
How old are you, Jack?
I'm 26.
26. So when you go out with your, well, now she's fiance, but when it was girlfriend, did you guys split the bill?
No, I pay.
Did she get offended when you paid?
No, well, she's also old school, kind of like, hey, right?
How old is she? 50 something?
She's a cougar.
Oh, you're the gold
He's a
digger.
gold digger.
Well, that makes sense.
That's the right way to do it.
You know what? You know what? I want to be like you, Jack.
Me too, Jack.
I want to meet your grandma. So yeah, but also like we talked before, I really feel, well, I feel bad if somebody will criticize that. That's fine, but I feel bad for young girls, like the 16 and 17, 18, because they are raised to be tough.
Right.
And I think there is a fine line between tough
Sure.
and losing your femininity.
Right.
Tough is like, well, why should I don't need a man. I don't.
Yeah,
It's good to be independent, but
I raised my daughters. I thought about that too as well. Like, I raised my daughters to be very independent. Like, and I raise all my kids to do not depend on anybody else. There's comes a time in life that you might need somebody else for help, or might need to ask for whatever. But let that be your last resort. If you could make it happen and do it on your own, do it. However, I thought about that with my girls. Like, do I push them too hard to where they're so independent, where they just think, I'm the independent woman, I don't need no man in my life.
Yes.
But I don't want them to
it.
have that mindset either. I want them to feel like, okay, that they should be taken care of,
Yes.
but they don't need it, but it's wanted. It
but
should be
it's
a natural,
also do what you're supposed to do too.
Right, yes. Yeah,
it's not just a one-way street.
Yeah, there's, they work, or they're going to go school, they work, and they have their own money. And I hope that their boyfriends or future husbands will take care of them financially. But at the end of the day, they can still take care of themselves.
Absolutely.
Right.
But also, we have to understand, at least when we talk about men and women, we are different. There's a different magic to it, right? A man is the protective and protects his house and his kids, and the woman is the kind. That cannot be lost.
Right.
It can't be lost. I mean, we have to continue that. Otherwise, the roles are so confusing and to the point that, like, come on.
Well, that's kind of where we are today, is that people, we don't know. I mean, there's a lot of, I guess this role, I think we don't know if a man's a man anymore. There's confusion on his gender.
Yes.
There's like 36 different genders nowadays. There's some moral principles there that we should still follow. I'm not saying that a woman can't do things on her own, and she should absolutely have the equal opportunity in everything. However, it is natural for the man, to go out and hunt and be the provider and bring the food home, and that's only natural. I know people. I do know some guys. I know one more particular he's a stay-at-home dad. And
that's fine.
But you know what? Because I was never raised that way. That was never a concept growing up for me, that there was a stay-at-home dad while the mom, went out and worked. However, in that case, in that situation, I applaud the dad, because his kids, man, they're extremely smart, so active in school. They're just the accolades that these kids are having, because instead of the father out working and providing, it's the reverse, and his kids are so much more further along because he spent so much time and devoted his life in investing into the kids.
But it's a team effort.
It's a team work, right? And I thought that's interesting.
Whatever is best for the family.
Right. All right. So Excelsior Transportation, they will make sure you're safe, make sure you get home in one piece. And they're so trusted. I will also put my own family in the cars at Excelsior. They are the best in the world. So if you need a ride around town, whether you're in San Antonio, Houston, or wherever you are in the world, make sure you look up ExcelsiorLimo.com.
So, for example, if I work and I make $30,000 a year, and my wife makes $150,000, that wouldn't be smart for me to make $30,000. Now the question: why am I only making $30,000? Am I not motivated, or that's really the best I can do? If that's the best I can do, that's the best I can do. Maybe I'm really good in other things. Maybe I'm good in being a good teacher for my kids.
And the teacher, you're right, and that alone is a job itself.
Yes.
It could be you're raising future leaders of America or the country or whatever it is, and that's work in itself.
So, that reminds me of a story that happened a long time ago. There was a young couple, like maybe early 30s, late 20s, just got married, like 2-3 years into the marriage, and they couldn't have kids. They didn't have kids, and they want to have kids.
Right.
Meanwhile, that was the story about my uncle. He passed away a long time ago. But anyway, my uncle was like in his 70s, and he has like 12, 15 kids. Okay, his wife is always same wife, same everything. So the young lady, asked her husband, "Why don't you go ask?" We'll call him Mr. Johnson.
Okay.
Just for the story's sake, go ask Mr. Johnson, what's his secret? Maybe he can tell you something we don't know. Obviously, he's 70 something, and his wife pregnant, and we are young. And he said, "Okay." So he went and said, "Hello, Mr. Johnson. You remember I'm your neighbor?" So Mr. Johnson said, "Hello." So the guy said, "Mr. Johnson, my wife and I, we've been married now for like 2-3 years, no kids, and I see you have a lot of kids, and so what's your secret?" So Mr. Johnson said, and just bear with me, okay? Well, kids are pain in the ass. So he stuttered.
Yeah.
My uncle stuttered.
Right.
So the guy was like, well, yes, but we love kids. I love my wife, and I really want to have kids together, and she wants it. He said, okay. First,
That's a great highlight right here.
first, you have
Could you imagine doing a podcast, the whole podcast like this?
to make it.
This is why Hanson quit. This is why Hanson quit. This is why Justin quit.
This is a very good lesson, really.
Right, sorry,
That's a very good lesson. So he said, first, you have to make it romantic. He said, yes, of course. My wife and I love romance. He said, good music and good champagne and good appetizers. He said, perfect. That's really what we do every Friday night. We have good music, good champagne, and good appetite. Nothing. He said, then button the first button, and then the second button to take off her dress. Okay, that's I'm getting excited listening to this.
Today, Grandpa.
And then he said, to take off her pennies. He said, yes, and then he said, and come and get me. You get it? He got it. So like he'd ask.
Okay, so I just spent like 2 minutes of stuttering.
Did you get it? Did you get it? You got it.
Come and get me.
Yeah, like
he's gonna do it.
he's gonna do it for him. Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm glad you got it.
Well, that will do it for today's show, everybody.
What was so hard about it? Did you get it? Thank you very much.
You got about 10
Is it
minutes.
funny?
Yeah.
Is it surprising?
It was good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. But he kept interrupting me. You got it? He said,
Yes, I do. Yes.
Come and get
yes,
me.
Yes, come and get you. Yes.
yeah, after he takes off all her clothes.
Yes.
You got it?
Yes. Yes.
Salut. Oh
So,
my God.
I'm already
I
out.
never sucked in a joke like this.
Tough crowd. That's a good highlight reel right there.
Somebody's going to like it.
Yes.
Somebody's going to like it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
the moral of that story is
The moral of the story is don't give up.
don't give up.
And if you want to have kids, come and get me.
Love you, brother.
Love you too, Habibi.
Man, well,
It's
so,
fun to be with you. And
Absolutely.
I'm so happy.
So still to today. Wait, I have some more questions. I
Yeah.
have some more questions.
Again?
How many times have you fallen in love since?
Since what?
Your 16-year-old rendezvous.
Like honestly, like
Yeah,
really
honest- yes,
in
that
love.
I have been
not just
completely
the
honest in this podcast and laid everything out. So
You
all
didn't
the
lay
staff.
anything out. You just said you saw this girl that grabbed you in the car, and what is
Well,
that?
I mean, that's enough to get me in trouble.
That's a sissy story. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry. I was in the parking lot, and she came and grabbed me and put me in the car, and she kissed me, and I was like, "Oh, mommy."
That's a toned down version. That's a toned down version.
Okay, wait till you
Well,
watch
how
it.
about you? I fell in love with every girl that I held hands
Yes,
with.
but nobody grabbed me, and I was like standing in the parking lot, helpless.
Because you're too busy grabbing them.
He even called it rape. He even called it rape. Rape, and then we asked him,
I
rape.
said today they would consider that rape.
And then I said, rape what? He said,
I said
Did you want
today.
it?
I said today they would consider that rape. Today they would. Today.
you were 18. You were not.
Today-
You were not a minor. You were 18.
I will say this.
She worked with you.
Huh?
Did she work with you at the same place?
Yes.
Did you get a promotion?
I will. Huh?
Was she your boss?
No. She was a receptionist.
Oh, well, she did a good job. She
Yeah.
good reception.
Yeah.
That was
But-
way before internet.
I was taken advantage. I wouldn't use the R word, but I was taken advantage of by two older women at work at the office before. That's
I'm
a whole
not
nother.
sure
That's a whole
exactly-
other podcast.
I'm not sure exactly what's your definition of taking advantage of.
Huh?
What does that mean?
I'm making sure my wording is correct because it's a podcast.
You were taking advantage. Like taking advantage when you do something you don't want to do.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, the parking lot story. You
No,
didn't mind it.
that was somewhat taking advantage of an older woman, taking advantage of an 18-year-old boy. But the 18-year-old boy was
Advantage?
enjoying it, right? But there was another incident that happened with that happened
So, like,
at
if
the
I
office.
go to a restaurant and
Yes.
order a meal, I'm taking advantage of the restaurant?
Well, I didn't order the meal.
Well, but you ate it.
It was force fed. That's a good one.
Did he go like this or not yet?
No, he didn't. But I'm about to because I'm
How
about
much
to
time?
get in trouble if we keep going.
Are we there?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay.
But no, there was a time that I was at the office and I was taken advantage of by two older women at the same time.
Like, what's your
Eva knows the
definition
story.
of older?
Eva knows
like,
the story.
How old were you at the time?
I was 19.
And they were
I
like
was working.
21?
I was at the office. They came.
They were like 22?
No. They were about 25, 27.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
Well,
25, 27?
Okay, flip. No. Listen, Jack. If it was the other way around, if I was a female and there was two men that took advantage.
If female, that's 21.
No.
and
If the female,
male is
if
25,
if I was
that's very
female, if
normal.
I was female and I was 19, and a 27-year-old man and a 25-year-old man
Well,
came
sir,
to the office, what would that be called?
You said you were
But what would that
21.
be called?
First
No,
of all, you said you were 21.
I was 19. I was 19 years old. Yes, 19.
See how the story changes?
No, I was
all the time?
19. I remember. I know the story. I was 19.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, what would that be called, Jack? What would that be called?
Like if a girl is 19, and the guy
she's
27?
at the office, and she's working.
well,
right?
okay, honestly,
And two-
it doesn't
two
matter.
drunk
Boy,
coworkers
girl,
come in.
at work is work.
Yeah, but
You
let's say
don't do that.
But what would that be called today?
No, it's very
But
inappropriate.
what would it be called?
You'll be fired.
But what would that act, Jack?
It's
what
against
would that
the
act be
company
called?
policy.
Because I'm not gonna say it because he's gonna nail me to the cross.
It's
on that
not
one.
rape.
It's not.
No,
It's not. Why not?
because
If a male, if two males do that to a female,
do what? No, you didn't say what they did,
okay, they.
huh?
Do we got time for this, Jack?
It usually takes you 2
It was
minutes anyway.
it was
so we have
unwanted.
time.
It was definitely unwanted. It was groping. It was a lot of. It was.
Did you
a lot
get
of stuff.
undressed?
No, I did not. They were
Okay.
trying. They were forcing my clothes off, for sure.
You must have been very handsome when you were little.
I was.
I can't believe all these women trying
No,
to
no.
grab you in the parking lot, at the office.
I was an
at the
innocent
movie
little boy. I
theater,
was an innocent boy.
At church.
I never said anything about church.
I want to see pictures because what I see
No, no,
today
no.
is different.
No, I mean I worked in radio, which is a pretty wild. I mean, Jack, you worked in radio too. It's a pretty wild industry.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I worked even in the days when it was like Rock 101 days and coke and
yeah.
drugs was pretty.
You know what? You have the voice of a DJ.
Yeah. So I'm saying like it was a very sexualized industry. So it was
For
pretty
real?
common. Yeah, we
And
would
it's
have
not like that anymore?
no. When I worked there, we'd have strippers outside.
Doing
So
what?
stripping
Why?
because they were doing a radio show outside. So we had girls outside
okay.
stripping. I
Like
wasn't.
a promotion.
Yeah. So radio in the industry in that industry
So
was
when are
very
we doing the
sexualized.
promotion?
I wasn't. I was working. I was working.
Tell Jacob.
But
and,
my
and
question
H&H.
is, what would that be called today? If that was two men
like touching
grabbing
a girl without her
ev-
permission.
yes,
At work.
at work,
I don't know what is the that's
would be the
sexual
technical-
abuse.
a sexual assault,
Assault. Yeah,
sexual assault.
That's right.
Okay, well then I was sexually assaulted.
And how did you like it?
This is why we have therapy, brother. So with that said, this is the Habibi Show. I am Hector Garcia, and for more therapy, make sure you log
was
on
tough.
to thehabibishow.tv. Log on to YouTube. I am Hector.
Samar Nassar.
Any last words you want to share?
Last word are James, may your soul
peace.
rest in peace. Jack, thank you very much for being here today. You're better than everybody else that was before you.
Don't quit.
Don't quit. And Ryu, I can't thank you enough for
Yes.
this weekly, friendly, brotherly, heart-to-heart talk. Really, because when I come here, I always try to think, what are we gonna talk about? And it forces me to think about stuff that maybe I haven't thought about for a
to
while.
ask me so I could get everything out. I feel like I'm sitting with the lawyer or attorney right here.
I
and
think
I'm-
you did
I'm
very
in
well.
the-
You did very
I think so.
That rehearsed answer about Eva the first, that was, you made it look very natural, really. I'm very proud of you.
Well, I love you, brother. Thank you
love
for
you
your
too.
your
Whatever
grilling,
it is.
the grilling. 'Cause that's all he prepares for. He just says, "I'm gonna get this out of Hector
The
today."
groping.
The groping.
I'm gonna wait for you in the
grilling and
parking lot.
groping.
I'm gonna wait in the parking lot, and I'm gonna pull you in the car, and you'd be like, "Oh, mommy."
I will not be sitting Eva the show. I'm not gonna be sitting.
I can't believe he's saying a lady. She was 25, grabbed her in the parking lot. He was 18, and couldn't do anything about it. Oh my God!
What do you mean? I didn't want to do it. What do you mean,
sir? Time is over. There you go. You see?
This is the Habibi Show. Until next week, stay blessed.
Love you guys. I cannot wait to see you again next week.